Today, I am sharing exactly how I plan to get faster this off-season. Whether you're into racing, trail riding, or riding the mountains, this is for anyone who wants to ride longer into their later years, avoid injuries, and actually get stronger when the snow is not flying. I'm gonna go over why fitness is important, my story, and some tools that I use to track my fitness, some training examples, and some alternative training methods on top of low or no cost training methods. Most sledders really enjoy having the best equipment, setting up their sleds, working on speed and performance, but the most important part of the riding is the rider itself. In cross-country snowmobiling, when it comes to racing on ice, I'd say 90% of it is in the sled setup, the other 10% is the rider. But when it comes to terrain racing, trail riding, or riding in the mountains, I'd say it's flipped. 10% is in the setup of the sled, 90% is in the rider. More fitness means more control, less arm pump, more fun, and less sore Monday mornings. Let's dive into my story a bit. When I first started racing cross-country snowmobiling back in 2017, I had come from years and years of trail riding and backcountry riding. I felt I was a pretty good sledder, and I was excited to test my abilities racing against others. I raced in the sport class. In the series I was racing in, I raced two sport class races, the Sport Open and the Sport Improved. Each race was 25 miles, so a total of 50 miles of racing on the day. I quickly found out how important fitness was because within the very first lap of a 5-lap track, I could barely hang on to the snowmobile. It was very physical. I ran out of breath really quickly. I was breathing really heavy, and the arm pump was unimaginable. I suffered my way through. Luckily, I had somewhat of a fitness background, playing collegiate sports and sports basically all throughout my life. And I felt I was in pretty good shape and I was really strong going into racing. Once I found the right training method and was consistent with it, I found a lot of my skill and strengths on the sled improved, and I built a lot of confidence. This didn't happen overnight. I put a lot of hard work in week to week, and it's something that I took really seriously, especially when I wasn't on my sled in the off season. I use a Whoop band to track all of my data. It helps with sleep, tracking calories. There are some metrics in regard to your strain on the day or how much effort you put in on the day, how well you're sleeping, how many calories I was burning, and the amount of strain I was putting on my body day to day was very eye-opening to me. I burned a lot more calories based on the tracking that's used. I'm not sure exactly how the calories are tracked with this, but I was burning a lot more calories than I thought, and I wasn't eating enough food. So I felt very under-fueled when it came to my training sessions, and I never felt like I was fully recovering. On top of that, I was overdoing it. I was maxing out the straining on most days and then not getting enough other days. So I was really inconsistent when it came to my fitness. This is an added cost. It's not something that you absolutely need, but it's something you're interested in and you've got the budget for it. There's a link in the description to learn more about the Whoop and see if it's something that would work for you. Also, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, so this is just something that works well for me. Maybe it worked well for you. How exactly am I going to get faster this off season for next snowmobile race season? What I plan on doing is being consistent with my training, 3 to 5 training sessions per week. This also includes stuff outside of the gym, like mountain biking, going on walks or runs, hiking. I'm also gonna add some structure. So from May all the way until the very first race in January, I'm going to structure out exactly what I need in order to be successful and reach my goals. My goals are primarily to be injury proof. So I need to focus a lot on my strength. I also want to be really consistent when there's rough terrain. I want to be able to push the sled hard when I am getting fatigued. I want to have the setup that works well and be able to hang on to that thing from start to finish. Coming off of a season where I had a couple of big injuries, it was hard to ramp back up into training. My body felt really sore and run down. My nutrition wasn't dialed in, but the goal was to just move. So I would show up, do something for 3 to 5 days out of the week until I start to feel some type of normalcy in my training. And then there was one week where I really pushed it in a workout because I was feeling good. And that was my sign, okay, I'm coming out of feeling injured, feeling run down, and now is the time to ramp my training back up. Right now, it's mid-June. I plan on building my strength back up all the way until probably October, maybe September. From there, I'll focus a lot on conditioning specific exercises. So dialing in my heart rate, I'll do intervals. A favorite of mine are row intervals. For example, I'll do 6 rounds of 4 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest. It's a lot of volume, but the intensity is focused around my heart rate. I'm not one to do a lot of heart rate specific training, but it's valuable and you can leverage that to feel good when training. When we're on our sled and we're pushing the pace, we want to be able to feel good, and dialing in your breath and the amount of effort you're putting into your activity can make you feel good. I did this going into last season and I felt I had really good control over my breath and feeling strong when I was on the sled, and that led to confidence. I knew that my fitness wasn't going to be the weak link, my sled setup was. Grip strength's important, and I recently did a workout that really targeted my grip and also had some good conditioning in it. Thinking back to that race in 2017 where my grip was insane, I knew this workout was something that would have prevented that. Every 3 minutes, you'd hop off the rower and do a handful of hang power snatches. It took me just over 26 minutes to do this workout. I felt the challenge of being able to sustain a pace on the rower and then also be able to move some weight around. That was very grip intensive. In this workout, not only did I get stronger and more fit, but I learned more about myself and how I could pace and how I could really push the limits of where I need to be in my fitness. I could have gone all out and absolutely blacked out in this workout, but I found the right stimulus in the weight and the distance that I rode that made me feel confident and strong and feel like I got something more out of the workout other than just getting physically stronger. Now, the type of exercising that I'm doing is CrossFit. I don't program any of this, so I go off of someone else's programming, but that saves me time from having to come up with something on my own, as well as gives me the opportunity to work out with other people. The community aspect is great, and it helps keep me motivated. I got really bored of the back and bis, chest and tris, legs and shoulders, and core with a little bit of cardio. If this sounds like something that you're doing, maybe changing it up and trying CrossFit programming would be something that works for you. I have found that it works great for me to be really well-rounded in my fitness. And then as I get closer to the season, I'll focus a lot on the conditioning and sharpening my grip strength a little bit more. There was one race season where the summer before, I did a ton of mountain biking. I rode almost every day after work, did really big long rides up and down a mountain, logged tons of miles. It was really hard fitness. Like slogging your way up a climb for 45 minutes was really challenging, both physically and mentally. And I found going into the snowmobile season, I was very well prepared for the physical and mental battles that came with snowmobile racing. It's expensive picking up another hobby, but if you're willing to dish out the cash to have a fun alternative way of getting your fitness in, mountain biking might be the way for you. You don't need anything special, 2 wheels and some pedals, and you're on your way. But if you're looking for a more low or even no cost training option, you can do a lot of stuff at home. There's things around the house that if they're heavy, hold on to them. See how long you can hold on to an heavy object, maybe even your sled, grab onto the bumper and pick it up off the ground and see how long you can hold on to it. And then keep repeating that and see if you can hold it for longer and longer and longer. There's also body weight options. You can do a lot of push-ups, air squats. If you have access to a pull-up bar, you could get in pull-ups as well. There's planks, there's lunges, there's jumping, plenty of things that you can still get a good baseline of fitness, even if you don't have access to all types of different equipment. So to wrap this up, move more, train with purpose, recover smarter, and stay consistent on your terms. I am a personal trainer by trade, and so this is something that I do on a daily basis for my job. What do you do in the off season to train? Share in the comments below what you do. Maybe it looks a lot like what I do. Maybe it's something a little bit different that works really well for you. Let's work on the fitness now, so when snowmobile season does come around the corner, you won't be regretting having the first ride soreness. You'll be hungry to get out there, test your fitness, and have fun. Let's show up this winter stronger, smarter, and ready to ride harder than ever.